What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised.
Back when we saw the Vampire Diaries pilot episode, which was way back in 2009, by the way, we all wished for Stefan and Elena to end up together, and then 171 episodes later, boom, Elena ended up with Damon and the other Salvatore brother. Do you ever wonder why? Well, today we break down what initiated that decision. The Vampire Diaries.
Do you see a future with me?
I've seen it since the second I laid eyes on you.
Then don't go on a suicide mission.
Yes, guys, we're still not over TVD, and we often go back to rewatch some episodes, only because we're left with a couple of questions after we first saw the final episode of the series. The first one we have in mind is not actually linked to TVD itself. We really want to know why Nina Dobrev and Ian Somerhalder refused to appear in TVD's spin-off Legacies. We'll give them some time, of course, but unlike Stefan and Salvatore, their characters were given a nice conclusion at the end of TVD. So why not make the most dedicated fans happy with at least a cameo in the latest spin-off? What do you guys think is the reason that both actors are not showing much interest in the popular spin-off series? Anyways, our second question is regarding the famous love triangle we were all invested in during the course of TVD. Even today, there are a lot of fans saying Elena should have chosen Stefan, and we hear you guys, we hear you. We all know it's been over a decade since TVD first premiered, and so far, not one other vampire show has reached the success of TVD. From the most intense love triangles in cinema history to doppelgangers and various types of supernatural creatures, TVD had it all. The series ends with Stefan making the ultimate sacrifice and losing his life in order to save Mystic Falls. The question is, which Salvatore brother deserved to live happily ever after with Elena? Stefan.
Is Stefan here?
Yep.
Where is he?
And good morning to you, little miss. I'm on a mission.
Elena and Stefan met in the first episode of TVD, and from that moment on, we wished to see their wedding, children, and grandchildren. Stefan truly loved her, and he loved her from the bottom of his heart. He even said that he'll do anything for her. Throughout the series, he said something like, "I'd turn my back on everything here just to make sure Elena's safe." He actually did this. He made sure at the end that Elena lives a safe life. But did you know that the creators of the series initially wanted Elena to end up with Stefan? Yeah, we were shocked as well. Though, you see, the thing is, Elena never truly loved Stefan. Her heart belonged to the one and only Damon Salvatore. Damon.
If you wanted me dead, I'd be dead.
Yes, you would.
But I'm not.
Yet.
Elena and Damon were the couple, and Damon's bad boy vibes were the reason for Elena to show interest in him. And then we saw something in Damon, something no one else is capable of seeing. Elena perfectly explained why she chose Damon over Stefan. Being with Damon makes him happy. When I'm with him, it feels unpredictable, like I'm free. But let's get into a detailed explanation of why Elena chose the older Salvatore brother, shall we? Damon versus Stefan.
Why are you in my brother's bathtub?
Why aren't you?
For 8 seasons, we were invested in Elena, Damon, and Stefan, and all of the other characters that made TVD so successful. The very end of the show is something we ever hoped for, with Nina Dobrev coming back to reprise her role in the last episode. She left the series in season 6, explaining that the reason for her departure was that she didn't want to be the typecast in the future. Anyways, TVD is created by Kevin Williamson and Julie Plec. The supernatural drama is actually based on L.J. Smith's book series of the same name. After TVD, Plec created the originals, a spin-off to TVD, and then fans were given Legacies, which serves as a spin-off to the originals. Nina Dobrev plays Elena, and in the first season of the series, more precisely, throughout the season 1, she's introduced to a whole different world. A world she never thought existed. But prior to her knowledge of vampires, she meets Stefan Salvatore, a character played by Paul Wesley. And after some time, Elena and Stefan got into a relationship as expected. The two were actually TVD's main couple for the whole 2 seasons until Damon's feelings got involved. In fact, everything changed when Stefan turned his humanity off and left Mystic Falls with Hope Mikaelson, a character played by Joseph Morgan. Then, Elena and Damon decided to search for Stefan, and throughout this journey, they've started developing strong feelings for each other. But since Damon is Stefan's brother and Elena is still with Stefan, the duo in search of Stefan remain loyal to him. And then Elena was transformed into a vampire. Once a person is turned into a vampire, their emotions become heightened. heightened. Elena then started feeling grief, sorrow, and all kinds of feelings, but most importantly, she acknowledged her feelings towards Damon. And in the Vampire Diaries Season 4, Episode 23, Graduation, Elena chose Damon. When Elena was a human, she could easily find logic in things, and her feelings towards Damon were buried while she was focusing on staying loyal to Stefan. However, once she was transformed into a vampire, her love towards Damon became heightened, and she didn't really care about staying loyal to the younger Salvatore brother. Another side effect of this transformation is that previous compulsions were revealed. Damon erased Elena's memory multiple times while she was a human. He erased her memory when he told her he loves her, and when Elena saw these memories, her love for him only increased. And in Season 3 of the series, Elena said that things would have been different as she first met Damon. We then discover that she in fact met Damon first, but since her memory was erased, she didn't remember him. The storyline became the main focus of TVD Season 6, as Elena got the knowledge she needed and ultimately chose Damon. When Damon lost his life, Elena was still able to feel all the love she had for him, and it was even mentioned in the series that even in death, Damon was the one that made her feel most alive. The answer to why Elena chose Damon over Stefan is simple. She truly loved him. She wanted to spend her life with him, and as already mentioned, he made her feel most alive. What do you guys think? Why did Elena decide to be with Damon according to you? Creators wanted Elena to end up with Stefan. You see, in the Season 3 finale, Elena chose Stefan because he came into her life when she really needed someone. What they had was not true love, but Julie Plec and Kevin Williamson, co-creators of the Vampire Diaries, initially thought Stefan should be the one to end up with her. In fact, Williamson was prone to the idea of Elena ending up with Stefan, not Damon. Also, he wanted to make more stories of the love triangle before the series ended. In an interview with Deadline, he said, "Well, I always thought it would be Stefan and Elena. They were sort of the anchor of the show, but because we lost Elena in Season 6, we couldn't go back. You know, Nina could only come back for one episode. Maybe if she had come back for the whole season, we could have wrapped back towards that. But you can't just do it in 42 minutes. Watching the final now, which ends with Elena and Damon living a peaceful life with Elena working as a doctor, we just can't imagine Stefan in the same place as Damon. Can you? However, the creators first planned for Damon to die. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Plec said, "Back in Season 2, when Kevin and I were sitting in the mall and we had fallen in love with this series and this story about two brothers who loved the same girl and the love triangle was kicking into high gear, we said to ourselves, when all is said and done, when this show is over, both brothers should die in the name of saving their girl and then be watching her like ghosts, as she went off into the sunset to live her life and maybe marry Matt Donovan or maybe become a doctor, but that those brothers would be side by side watching her live." Wow, that could have been such an original ending. Don't you agree? Which team are you on, Stelina or Delina? Let us know down in the comment section below, and make sure you subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. As always, thanks for watching.